On this edition of Lexington Now, Juneteenth, a free clinic, and bus art. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of June 8th, 2026. Juneteenth is coming up, and Lexington celebrations were announced at a press event this past week.
This year marks the 6th year that Juneteenth is officially recognized as a national holiday, and actually, quite honestly, it is the 7th year that Lexington has celebrated it officially. So, yes, we're on the cutting edge.
We are.
So, Juneteenth flags will adorn Main Street beginning on June 15th. There will also be commemorative banners along the Legacy Trail from Isaac Murphy Memorial Art Garden to the North Lexington YMCA. And this year, we have 8 different Juneteenth events beginning on Sunday, June 14th, and continuing through Sunday, June 21st. So first, on June 14th at 3 o'clock p.m., we have the first annual Miss and Miss Junior Juneteenth pageant. Next, we have the Juneteenth Jubilee at African Cemetery number 2 on June 17th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. This is Lexington's oldest Juneteenth celebration. And last year, the event celebrated its 20th year. Now we have this year's A Sense of Place Juneteenth celebration that will take place on June 19th. The program will begin at 11 a.m. So next, on June 19th, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, is I Am a Descendant of Nation Builders, a Juneteenth youth celebration at the historic Lyric Theater. The Say It Loud Juneteenth Festival will take place at the historic Lyric Theater from noon until 8 p.m. on June 19th. Next up, we have the Kentucky U.S. Freedman Coalition Juneteenth celebration, and it will be on June 20th from noon until 8 o'clock right here at Charles Young Park. Next, on June 20th, we have Soul Feast. We got to remember the food. This year's Soul Feast will take place from 2 o'clock until 9 o'clock p.m. at Gatton Park. The event will feature an unveiling of a marker dedicated to the legacy of R.C.O. Benjamin. Finally, Wise Guys Urban Uplift that will take place June 21st from 2 o'clock until 6 o'clock at Douglas Park. So we definitely have a lot of great things going on this Juneteenth, and we really thank all of you because none of this can happen without you all. And so it does take a lot of folks to partner and do these events, and it is really for everybody here to enjoy. So I'm a little biased, but I think we have probably the best Juneteenth celebration in the nation, don't you?
Yeah.
And it'll grow even more next year.
All these events taking place for Juneteenth, of course, why wouldn't it have this many events going on? Because it's actually celebrating all of America. This America is not America without Juneteenth. It is a day we should all celebrate. We're about celebrating. We're about celebrating people. We're about celebrating love. We're about celebrating culture and the history that this America has become, because without Juneteenth, again, there is no America. Today, the reason why we even to be able to do what we do is because of all the cultures that have put in. We are a pot of stew. We're not a melting pot. That means that everyone maintains their own culture. They have own traditions. They love who they love. They celebrate how they celebrate, but yet we're going to share the juices. And the juices are what makes this country so great. You know, when we put it all together, that's why we are who we are. I know we only got 2 minutes. I will talk forever on why this event is so important. I know visually you see people of color up here, but do not get mistaken. Everyone is invited to every one of these events, no matter of who you love, no matter of how you celebrate your spiritual beliefs, no matter your skin tone. We're inviting everyone to come out for a week of fun, enjoyment, food. Who doesn't love food? Food, music, entertainment, learning, a wealth of knowledge. And I will stop. My 2 minutes is up. Thank you for having me.
Isn't it?
Yes, thank you.
I love your excitement, Christian. Thank you very much.
A free dental clinic is coming to downtown. We were there for the announcement.
This dental clinic came into being when somebody showed up at our door and said he was a dentist. He was Chinese American. His name was Sri Fahar. And I know I'm not pronouncing it right. But he said he was leaving and he wanted to donate his chairs. So we scratched our head and said, wow, is there a need for a dental clinic? And we did a little investigation and wow, there is a great need for free dental services. So we said, yeah, that was 2 years ago. And somebody stepped up. This man right here, Elhada Scheller. He stepped up and said, we can do this. It's been a long run, huh, Dr. Al? It's been a long road, but thank God we are here, and now we are ready to start our services.
Our clinic is a couple miles down the road. It's on Broadway. And then we have another one on Nichols Road. But we serve a lot of, I would say, underserved people on Broadway. And we see the challenges every day with people that come in and, they're... They can't afford dental treatment. Dental treatment in this country, I'm sure everybody knows, can be very expensive. So this is a way for us to, provide to the people that can't afford, treatment. Or, I'm sure everybody can agree here that tooth pain it's probably the worst pain you can deal with. So this is a great way for us to, help our community and try to break the barriers, to access, something that everybody should have access to. So
Some of you may know that I'm a registered nurse, and I had a full career in nursing. And I worked with all kinds of patients through my career, in all kinds of settings, hospital, clinic, public health. And one of the things that we know for sure is how much of an impact good dental health has on your general health. They are linked and connected very closely. And how much good dental health and healthy gums, not to get too detailed here, impact your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. So this is so many good things that are coming to play together in this center.
This is a great day, not just weather-wise, but the opening of this clinic to the community. I'm so honored to have the Share Center in the second district, and they're expanding their services. It's just amazing, and I'm so appreciative of their heart of service that they want to continue to give back to our community, because we don't have, in these days and times, we need neighbors that will take care of each other, and that's what we're here to do, is to take care of each other. So thank you so much to the board, to all of our dental hygienists and dentists that are willing to volunteer their time to serve our community. And thank you especially to Ms. Sabora and the Share Center. You all do amazing work each and every day in the community. And I'm so appreciative, and I want to see you all continue to grow and expand, because your hearts are so big. I want them to go all over Lexington. So thank you so much.
3,
2, 1.
New bus stop art after this.
Hey everybody, you're watching Lexington Now on Lex TV.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Councilmember Reynolds has put out a call for artists for LexTran bus stops. The art will be seen along some of Lexington's busiest corridors.
Today, we are proud to launch our 2026 Call for Artists and announce the addition of 4 new shelters that's enhancing bus stops along the Versailles Road corridor that serves Route 8 Versailles Road. Through the partnership we have with Councilmember Jennifer Reynolds and the Lexington Corridors Commission, we found a way to help make those spaces more vibrant, more colorful, more welcoming, and we are grateful for the shared vision and commitment to enhancing the Versailles Road corridor. Research has shown that public art can improve perceptions for safety, strengthen community identity, and help make public spaces feel more welcoming for all. While the bus stop is first and foremost to catch a ride, it can also reflect the character of the neighborhood that it serves. So today we're opening the door for artists to help us shape that vision. We're inviting artists of all ages and backgrounds to submit original designs for these 4 bus stops. Up to 4 artists will be selected. Each artist will receive a $2,500 honorarium. The artwork will be reproduced on vinyl panels that will become a visible part of Lexington's public landscape. While the opportunity is open for everyone, we are especially excited to encourage artists with meaningful ties to District 11 to participate. We want these shelters to tell stories that reflect the vibrancy of the community and create a sense of connection for the people who use them every day.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for those of you that could join us today. I represent the area where the Versailles Road corridor is located on the Urban County Council. And I am so excited to be here standing with LexTran to announce the expansion of these art shelters. Years ago, I had a conversation with the general manager of LexTran at the time, about my dream to transform all the bus shelters on Versailles Road, to turn them into something beautiful, into works of art. The Versailles Road corridor, as you know, is a main corridor in and out of Lexington, out of Keeneland, out of the airport, to and from downtown. And I envisioned these public art shelters that represent the area's vibrant culture. And I hoped that this would be something durable and also fairly easy to maintain. And I'm incredibly grateful for Lexington and for the artists that have showed interests, and for LexTran's willingness to work with myself, other council members, and the community to participate in bringing beauty and art to our districts. So you might not know this, but LexTran gets a lot of requests about their bus shelters. They have to focus a lot of times on ridership and routes, but people contact them all the time about their shelters. And so I think that this is a really unique partnership that we can do something that is making a difference. The first shelter of this type that we collaborated on was one in front of Global Lex on Versailles Road. And it was right here with the beautiful art of Mercedes Harn. And it was transformed, if you see the pictures over here, into the bus shelter. These decals that they use are something that take the original art piece and put it on the shelter, and then this is a way that LexTran can have a practical bus shelter, but also a beautiful one. And I'm thrilled that this program is growing and we're adding more and more bus shelters. It's an opportunity to highlight local artists while enhancing important routes in our city. I hope, as Mr. Combs said, I hope that these designs will inspire a sense of pride and connection to everyone that travels Versailles Road. Once again, I want to thank Lextran for working with my office, as well as the Corridors Commission and all my council member colleagues. This project was a very large group effort, and I'm thrilled to see it come to fruition. I hope this project will inspire other council members, I have some in the room here today, to replicate this work and other people in the community as well. I hope we can take pride in our corridors. I'm a huge believer that art helps us be able to find connection and belonging, and these shelters will stand as a practical and visual gift to all of those who use Lextran buses and travel and live on the corridor. So please encourage all the artists that you know in the area to apply to be able to be picked to be these 4 artists for these shelters. You can go to lextran.com/public art to find more information, and you can share that with your friends. You can also email artcontest@lextran.com, and the deadline will be to submit original pieces or examples of your work by July 10th. Thank you so much.
Last week was Emergency Management Week. Mayor Gorton celebrated emergency personnel with a proclamation.
This week is Emergency Management Professionals Week, and I want to thank the members of our emergency management team for their dedication and service to our community. Emergency management often happens behind the scenes. Most people never see the planning, the coordination, the preparation that goes into safeguarding our community. But when severe weather strikes, natural disasters occur, or emergencies arise, our team is ready. Our Division of Emergency Management works tirelessly to make sure our residents are prepared before emergencies happen. They partner closely with our first responders, police officers, firefighters, E911, many others, to keep Lexington safe, and it's great to see quite a few representatives of our first responders here with us. They represent the very best of public service. They're always willing to lend a hand to our neighbors in need, and you may remember in recent years, they have supported response and recovery efforts following the devastating tornadoes in Western Kentucky and the historic flooding in Eastern Kentucky. They are always willing to help others. I'm especially grateful for the leadership of Director Rob Larkin and his outstanding team. Rob, your commitment to preparedness and public safety helps protect our residents and strengthens our community every single day. Whereas emergency management professionals work tirelessly to protect lives, property, and infrastructure before, during, and after disasters and emergencies. And whereas Lexington's emergency management professionals collaborate with our first responders, healthcare providers, government partners, businesses, nonprofit organizations, and volunteers to help ensure the safety of our community. And whereas the Division of Emergency Management helps Lexington residents prepare for emergencies through planning, training, public education, and coordinated response activities. And whereas Lexington's Division of Emergency Management has supported neighboring communities by assisting during floods, tornadoes, and other natural disasters. And whereas we thank Director Rob Larkin and members of the Division of Emergency Management for their dedication to safeguarding our community and strengthening our ability to respond to challenges with preparedness and resilience. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare June the 1st through 5th, 2026, Emergency Management Professionals Week. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you and your team.
During Emergency Management Professionals Week, take a few minutes to review your emergency plan and your emergency kits. Remember to include enough supplies for you and your family for 4 days. Identify trusted sources when a disaster strikes. You have access to credible information to keep you and your family safe. And as always, don't be scared, be prepared. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Water quality grants are open for applications. Frank Mapson explains the process.
My name is Frank Mapson. I'm working with the Division of Water Quality for the City of Lexington, and I'm overseeing the Stormwater Quality Projects Incentive Grants Program. The grant program was established to help private companies and neighbors, some of our neighbors, mitigate some of their stormwater concerns, issues. It was helped to provide funding for stormwater infrastructure pieces. We have two different types. There's Class A neighborhood projects. For example, if you have erosion along a stream, say you have a group of homeowners that are losing their backyards because of erosion, so you might have them apply for a Class A grant that we may be able to help fund some of that stream restoration. And there's Class B, which is for our commercial fee payers. So we do stuff like permeable pavers, bioswales, spillway project to shore up spillways to make sure that the erosion is not occurring over spillways. Residential fee payers pay a flat fee. And that would be your homeowners association, residential condo associations. They can apply as a group, which represents those residential homeowners. And then the commercial property owners, they pay based on the square footage of impervious areas on their properties. This program receives 10% of the revenue, the water quality management fee revenue that's collected the previous year. So we receive 10% of the funding. Then we allocate so much to the Class A type grants, so much to the Class B education grants, and so much to the Class B infrastructure grants. So there's different tiers. Gray Line Station, which is right off of Loudon, East Loudon, 109 Loudon. That was a project that the incentive grant program helped with. Lextran, which is also on Loudon, did some bioretention areas, some permeable pavers, town branch project that just happened. The program helped fund some of the depaving activities. So you had this giant parking lot right in back of Rupp Arena. Our program helped get rid of all the concrete. We helped remove all the concrete, and we helped incorporate 2 treatment devices where the water passes through, and it's kind of like what you call an oil water separator. And we also did the educational signage. You would submit your application. The Division of Water Quality will put together staff to evaluate those applications, and once we finish scoring those, they would come to a meeting where the Water Quality Fee Board would then make the final decision about who receives those awards. And then once the awards are met, then we would send out a grant award agreement for consideration by those applicants. And once they return it signed to us, we would present it to the Urban County Council, who would then make the final approval consideration for those contracts. The deadline for Class A and B education grants is on first Friday in May, and that would be May 1st. And then for our Class B infrastructure grants, that deadline is the last Friday in July, which is July 31st. You can go to our Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, the city's main website, and just go to the Division of Water Quality, and there's a link there for the Stormwater Quality Projects Incentive Grants Program. If you click on that link, you'll see the different types of grants, and you can just click on the link for that particular type of application that you're looking for.
Randy joins us again with this week's Adoptable Pets.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Lexington Fayette County Adoptable Pets from Lex TV and the Lexington Humane Society. Oh look, we have Kia, a female, approximate age 5 months old, looks like a Rottweiler mix, does well with other dogs in apartments and also does well with children. Oh, and look at Landry. Color is blue, merle, and white. A male. Looks like a Catahoula mix. does well with other dogs in apartments and also does well with children. And don't forget about adorable Lucas, white and brindle in color, male, approximate age 6 years, looks like a hound mix, does well with other dogs in apartments and also does well with children. Thanks for watching these adorable and handsome pets, available at LexingtonHumaneSociety.org from Lex TV and the Lexington Humane Society.
Sarah Ritter from the Council Office has this weekend's events.
Hey there, I'm Sarah Ritter with the 4th District Council Office. Here are some upcoming events this weekend in Lexington and Fayette County for this weekend starting June 12th. Please note, events that require registration may sell out or fill up in advance. Be sure to confirm by visiting lexingtonky.gov/calendar. On Friday, June 12th, the Other Brothers will be playing at the Summer Nights in Suburbia concert series at Moondance Amphitheater. Gates open at 6 p.m. and show starts at 7 p.m. Food and drink trucks will be available on site. Also happening at 7 p.m. is Friday Flicks at Jacobson Park. This free family movie night under the stars will feature a showing of GOAT, as well as pre-movie activities, food vendors, and more. On Saturday, June 13th, Truckapalooza is taking over Tates Creek High School from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Kids and families are invited to learn more about the city trucks and employees that keep our community running smoothly. 20 trucks will be on site and food will be available for purchase. Sensory hours and quiet time will take place from 9 to 10:30 a.m. This event is free and open to the public. Also on Saturday, Pace and Parks will meet at Coldstream Park at 10 a.m. Walkers and runners of all levels are invited to join John's Run Walk Shop to log some miles and prepare for the Bluegrass 10,000 and 5K. At 11:30, Brunch with the Arts returns to Phoenix Park. Enjoy a laid-back morning of live music, food trucks, and fresh air in the heart of downtown. Then at 2 p.m., join Global Lex in celebrating Swahili Day at Gatton Park on the town branch. This community festival will celebrate the diverse African cultures in our city with live music, dancing, fashion, food, arts and crafts, and more. The Free Family Festival will go until 8 p.m. Lastly, on Sunday, June 14th, McConnell Springs will host Backyard Butterflies beginning at 2 p.m. Community members ages 16 and up can come learn all about our native pollinators and how to create a good home for them. Activities include a butterfly walk and creating a butterfly puddler dish. This event is free, but registration is required. I'm Sarah Ritter, and that's just some of the things going on this weekend in Lexington and Fayette County. You may need to pre-register for some of these events. For more information and events, be sure to visit lexingtonky.gov and click the calendar tab at the top. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Sarah is back with this week's meeting coverage.
Hi there, I'm Sarah Ritter with the 4th District Council Office. Here's our current live meeting schedule this week, June the 8th for Lex TV. Remember, you can watch all our live meeting coverage on Lex TV channel 185 and always online at lexingtonky.gov. On Monday, June the 8th in the afternoon, watch the Board of Adjustment meeting at 1:30. And on Tuesday, June 9th, watch the Solar Work Group meeting at 9:30 a.m., followed by the Social Services and Public Safety Committee meeting at 1, followed by the council meeting second reading of the budget at 3, and then followed by the council work session. And then on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., it's the Police, Fire, and Pension Board meeting. And on Thursday, it all wraps up our live meeting coverage with the Planning Commission meeting at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's our current live meeting schedule for Lex TV for the week of June 8th. Watch all our live meeting coverage on Lex TV channel 185 or always online at lexingtonky.gov and click the Lex TV tab at the top. I'm Sarah Ritter, and we'll see you next time.
That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.